Things happening next week in Portage County, Wisconsin. On Monday, July 8th, we have Tractor Safety. This is going to be at the Food and Farm Exploration Center. It begins at 8 a.m. The course fee is $50. Food and Farm Exploration Center is located at 3400 Innovation Drive in Plover. We also have Constellations Lab. This is going to be at Central Wisconsin Children's Museum, and that begins at 10 a.m. on Monday, July 8th, and that's at 1100 Main Street in Stevens Point. Then on July 8th, we also have Learn to Paint Homer the Highland Cow. This is going to be at Sunset Point Winery, and that begins at 5:30 p.m. Sunset Point Winery is located at 1201 Water Street in downtown Stevens Point. On Tuesday, July 9th, we have Literacy in Ag. It's a drop-in program at the Food and Farm Exploration Center. That begins at 10 o'clock a.m. And again, Food and Farm Exploration Center is located at 3400 Innovation Drive in Plover. On Wednesday, July 10th, we have a full slate of things going on. First of all, the Portage County Business Council has their Business Exchange. This begins at 7:30 a.m., and the Business Exchange will be at 5501 Vern Holmes Drive in Stevens Point, right here at our office. The Business Exchange is going to be Brand on Purpose, aligning your vision, voice, and village. Also, Portage County Business Council has a ribbon cutting. This is going to be at 9:30 a.m. at Jersey Mike's. That's going to be located at 176 Crossroads Drive in Plover. We also have Kids Karaoke open mic at Central Wisconsin Children's Museum. That begins at 10 a.m. and that's at 1100 Main Street, downtown Stevens Point. We have Notes at Night, Sarah Crow and the Strangers in downtown Stevens Point. That begins at 5:30 p.m. We also have a laser tag tournament at Putt and Play. This is going to be reoccurring weekly Wednesdays. It's $10 for registration, and it begins at 6 o'clock p.m. And Putt and Play is located at 701 2nd Street North in Stevens Point. We also have Macrame Wall Hanging Workshop. This is going to be at Sunset Point Winery. That begins at 6 o'clock p.m. And Sunset Point Winery is located at 1201 Water Street in Stevens Point. Also on Wednesday, July 10th, we have PJ's Live. The Jerry Schmidt Band is playing at PJ's Century World. That begins at 6 o'clock p.m. and Century World is located at 601 North Michigan Avenue in Stevens Point. We also have the Silent Book Club. This will be at Guild Designs at 6 o'clock p.m. and Guild Designs is located at 1040 Main Street in Stevens Point. On Thursday, July 11th, we have day one of the Iola Car Show. This begins at 7 o'clock a.m. and runs daily through Saturday. It's $20 for a day ticket or $30 for a 3-day pass. The Iola Car Show is located at 130 Jensen Drive in Iola. Also on Thursday, July 11th, we have Levitt Amp. Emmett James is playing, and they start off at 6 o'clock p.m. That's going to be at Piffner Park in downtown Stevens Point. We also have Make Your Own Leather Earrings. This is going to be at Sunset Point Winery, and that begins at 6 o'clock p.m. And again, Sunset Point Winery is located at 1201 Water Street in Stevens Point. And finally, we have Point Brewery History Tours. The Portage County Historical Society and Stevens Point Brewery is teaming up for these historic Point Brewery tours. It begins at 6 o'clock p.m., and that's going to be at 2617 Water Street in Stevens Point. On Friday, July 12th, the Portage County Business Council has a ribbon cutting at the new Ruby Cafe in Nelsonville. That begins at 11 a.m., and it's located at 9489 First Street in Nelsonville. Also on Friday, July 12th, we have live music. Scott Wilcox is playing at Oso Brewing Company, and that begins at 6 o'clock p.m. Oso Brewing is located at 1800 Plover Road in Plover. On Saturday, July 13th, we have live music with Peyton Ehlers playing at the Amber Grill. Peyton starts playing at 5 o'clock p.m., and the Amber Grill is located at 1001 Amber Avenue in Stevens Point. We also have live music with Klein Creek. They're at Sunset Point Winery, and they begin playing at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunset Point Winery is located at 1201 Water Street in downtown Stevens Point. We also have live music, the Tamaracs. They're playing at Bullhead's Bar and Grill, and they start playing at 7 o'clock p.m. Bullhead's is at 3368 Campsite Drive in Stevens Point. On Sunday, July 14th, we have Polka on the Patio. This is going to be at PJ's at Century World, and that begins at 10 a.m. PJ's at Century World is located at 601 North Michigan Avenue, Stevens Point. We also have Food Truck Festival at District 1. That begins at 11 a.m., and District 1 Brewing is located at 200 North Division Street in Stevens Point. Also on Sunday, July 14th, we have Grief Book Club. This is at Bound to Happen Books, and that begins at 1 o'clock p.m. Bound to Happen Books is located at 1008 Main Street in Stevens Point. And finally, on Sunday, July 14th, we have live music at the Tiki Beach Bar and Grill. Luminati is playing at 1 o'clock p.m. The Tiki Beach Bar and Grill is located at 1126 County Road DB in Mosinee.